Hello, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see, we are working on Roxy's journal, Stitchery. Now, I have to be honest with you and say I am filming super ahead because I only did this yesterday. I just had so much fun doing it. I wanted to just get it finished. I am literally champing at the bit. So, let's get it dealt with. Okay, we'll put this bit out of the way. Now, as you can see, I have got tiny pieces of fabric here. I've got some blue. I thought they would be like some lovely dark cornflowers. I've got this rich yellow for, well, marigolds or buttercups. I've got a little tiny bit of red for poppies, and I've got white for daisies. And to save you the aggro of my needle threading, I've already threaded red, gold and black. So it's so exciting. Do you know what? I'm just sucked into this project like there is no tomorrow. Okay, so my plan is that I'm gonna do little tiny, I did say when I was filming yesterday that I would probably cut some little circles, but I've realised the circles have got to be so tiny it's ridiculous. So all I'm going to do is just cut some real scrappy little pieces. I'm going to like fold them in half, and then I'm just going to find the stalk that I want to go on, bring my thread through, and then I'm just going to put my needle through this piece of fabric like that, and then I'm just going to scrump it all down. What is scrump it? Scrunch it all down. Again, I'm afraid the children, look, just like that. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to find another one, say here, and I'm again going to get another little tiny bit of fabric, and I'm not even paying attention to the shapes that I'm doing. I'm just literally sort of screwing up that bit of fabric, pull my needle through. Now obviously they are tiny, and if it's a loose weave as this is, you are risking pulling it all sort of just to threads. So just a little bit here, just like that, and then I'm just going to dot them around. Now because I've chosen that dark green stalk for the very first one, I'm just going to keep that going, and while I've got the black thread there, I'm just going to dot all my blue ones around, and then I'll see, that's much too big. I'll find a different stalk, different thread, and we'll conjure up a different flower. So pop that one down, and just because I feel now that one's too big, I'm just going to pick it up from that side and screw it up a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to do one up there because that's that same dark green stalk. I've already got this cut. I suppose the argument is I'm doing impressionist stitching here. I've probably got the wrong art genre there, but that's what it feels like. I was saying yesterday, this felt a bit Monet, this sky. There's a little bit of glitter in there. And now we've got these ideas, you know, it's ideas of flowers. It's an impression of a flower. It's not a flower at all. It's a small piece of fabric that's been screwed up in such a way to give the impression of being a flower, which is why I feel it's impressionism. I might be totally wrong. I didn't actually study formula art so it doesn't matter, does it? See, now that's much too big, that one. So I'm going to come back through, fold that bit in and that bit, and then just do another stitch. I mean, there's no right or wrong, is there? I'm going to have another one down here, and I'm just feeding straight across. I'm not worrying too much at all. So now this is a tiny little bit, so it just, oh, it's so tiny I can't get the needle through it. No, I really can't. I think it's just going to fray into nothing, that piece. Let's have a little look. Yes, look, it's almost nothing, that one. Well, it doesn't matter really for what I'm doing, I don't think. I think that's going to work. Got a little blue one there, and I feel like I want one low, but I can't find a dark stalk low. So I think we'll just pop one there on that dark stalk there. And then I think I'm going to pick up my red and do my poppies, and then I can see about lightening it with the white and the yellow, my daisies and buttercups or whatever they are. So, are you as crazy about this prompt as I am, or are you taking it much more in your stride? Oh dear, I am a crazy woman. Now, I'm just thinking, I don't like the size of this one, so I'm going to come up here. Oops, don't pull that too tight, Claire. And I'm just going to try and flick it. That's it, look, back into the middle, so it's a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to do a little back knot, wind, and I'm going to pull my red through. And I absolutely, I don't need to unthread that because I've already got it threaded. Now for the poppies, I think I'm going to choose the mid green, so it's going to be that one there. Oh, helps if we had a knot on the end, wouldn't it? Silver oil threading the needle, Claire. You need to put a knot on the end. Right, let's try that again. So, this one at the top here, like so. Now I am waiting for the postman to collect a parcel, so if the door goes, I'll have to put you on pause. So please don't jump if you hear the door go or the dog barking. You have been warned, it may happen. So pull that one through, and I mean it's exactly the same shape really, it's just that it's different colour fabric, but I think it's going to work, and I'm sitting here feeling very happy while I do this, so who cares? Who cares, who cares, who cares? It's making me happy. Right, now that's a bit rectangular, which I don't like very much. So come up through the middle, and I'm going to try and pick that side over there and pull that back through. Here we go. I'm going to have one below it there, because these flowers do tend, wildflowers, to grow in clusters, don't they? There's been like a number of seeds dropped by birds or deliberately planted, so they tend to grow in clusters. I know years ago, and it was years because it was 3 houses ago, there you go, I wanted poppies in my front garden, little tiny one there, look. And I got a giant, if you're in the UK, bucket from B&Q, you know those like 5-gallon buckets or whatever they are. And I bought, I think it was 4, can't remember exactly, but I think it was 4 different types of poppy and in seed form, and I mixed them all up in the bucket, and then I just sort of stuck my hand in and threw them around the front garden, and it was, the result was absolutely amazing. I couldn't have asked for better, because you had what I call the common red poppy with a little black centre mixed in with a giant majestic purple one. It was just absolutely beautiful. I'll definitely do it again. Get different variations of the same seed, plop them all in, you know, a receptacle and throw them around. Right, I think I'm going to come over here. Now, I'm obviously not going to cover every single stem, but I do want to cover most of them. So, let's see how we get on here. I'm just sort of tucking it in together, making it all into one. I'm putting a stitch through it and then just working my way back across. There was always going to be more poppies than anything else, wasn't there? Can't imagine why, can you? Well, I suppose we should have had purple poppies, shouldn't we? Anyway. Now that is a giant poppy, so I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of adaptation on that one. So come up there and then just wrap it all up. Well, it's not really much smaller, but anyway, I'm going to put one up there. Claire cut smaller. It's hard to cut that small, if I'm honest. Well, it is for me, but then I do tend to do everything in giant mode. Go on, darling, you can go back up with Daddy if you want to. Boo's standing on the staircase looking at me. Is it alright if I go upstairs, Mum? Yes, it is, darling. You go up and find Daddy. I think I said the other day, she's a bit out of salts. She's not really eating. I don't know, she seems a bit better today than she has been in a fortnight or so. So that's good. We'll see. Right, put this poppy on here. And have another one down here. My concertina's going wild, isn't it? Oh, I do love it. I love it so much. It's making me really happy. Honestly, I think I was a 5-year-old in a sweet shop. The thing is, I don't know about you, but when you make things all the time, most of the time I do stuff and I just go, yeah, that's what I set out to do, that's what I intended it to look like, good result, and you put it down and you walk away. But this page here, for some reason, is just making my heart sing. It's just amazing. Oh, she's coming back down again now. She just can't settle. You can probably hear her click-clopping across the floor. And puffing and panting. Right, pop that one on there. And I like that it's three-dimensional as well. Get rid of that red. Now I don't obviously want it overrun with red, but I do want a lot. So I think we're going to go down here. It's just moving around the house basically. From chair to sofa, upstairs to Dad, back down. Having a little moan, you can probably hear. So. That's that one. I think we're going to have one here, right down low, way down low, sorry. I'm just in crazy mode, I don't even know why really. Another giant one there. I don't really want giant size ones, Claire. What are you doing? Just click it. I can hear my iron clicking. There's obviously some heat running through my iron. I think I'm going to pop one down up there in that little hole there, and then I'm probably going to sadly move on to another colour. And the reason I'm sad about it is because it means, you know, I'm 2 colours down. I've only got 4 colours. Oh dear. Oh well. But it does show you that it is a really simple way of getting some flowers onto your page. No, they're not perfect, and you know, I know there are very precise embroiderers who, you know, want every sort of vein and leaf of a rose or whatever properly defined. This is working very, very well for me. It just goes with the mood. I think if I'd have put not that I probably would have been able to, but if I'd have put very precise flowers on there with that felting, it was never going to look right. So we'll trim that off. And now we're going to move over to our gold. And I thought the gold would work for both the yellow and the white. So that's why I just did the 3 threads. Excuse me, coffee. Okay, so little tiny pieces. Actually, while I've got it, I might as well just cut a few, mightn't I? Does that not make more sense, Claire? There you go. Oh, and actually, I could have argued that I would stitch them where they fell. Now, how interesting is that? But anyway, so I don't want them there because they're falling on top of the poppies. And we're going to use this light green one now. I think that's the lightest green of all of them. I've got one here, so we'll pick this one up. Pull that on. And then I'm just going to flip it over. Push my stitch through. I've got a bit of red thread there that needs to come off. There we go. So that's the first one. I'm going to put one there. Again, same thing. In my thread, fold it over and just stitch it down. And actually you don't really see daffodils wild as such because they're bulbs that have had to be planted, whereas seeds can be scattered by birds. But you do often see that people have planted them on sort of common ground, so they appear wild even though they're not. So I mean, these yellow ones could be anything. They could be you know, daffodils that, although they're not strictly speaking wild, they've been planted and forgotten about. They could be those buttercups, they tend to be wild. So yeah, it could be anything really. And does it matter? I mean, oops, see, it's the only thing, because they're so little, they are semi-fraying. But I'm not striving for perfection, so that's fine by me. And this, you'll know, is a different yellow to the one I used for the forsythia, because I didn't want it's the page that looks at the forsythia, and I didn't really want. Oh no, didn't mean to put that on yet. Oh well, see, it's because I'm talking. So we've got one little yellow flower on the back. Oh dear, it's because I'm chatting. Stop chatting, Claire. Do your stitching and get it to be what you want it to be. And oh, we'll have one down here. No, that's the wrong stalk, isn't it? Because I'm using this mid-green stalk. Okay, so we'll stick one up there. Right, this appears to be another giant one. I seem to be going from ridiculously disintegratingly small to giant. I suppose that is the one problem of snipping it rather than, you know, cutting a defined shape. That's gotta be reduced, hasn't it? So we'll pick up that corner and we'll pop it down there. Hopefully. There we go. And we'll have one up here behind this poppy. So I obviously only did the background yesterday, so I don't feel like I've got anything to say because I've not been anywhere or done anything other than be scarily excited about this. Oh dear. I don't think a grown woman is supposed to be so excited about little bits of fabric and felt, but that's what's happened. So let's just embrace it, shall we? Have another one there. And like I've cheated there because that one's sort of overlapping two flowers. Now we need a little bit more down here. There's no yellow down the bottom. We need that gone. We need all these bits gone. Thought for a minute there I was doing what I did earlier with a thread at the back. But no, it seems to be alright. Okay. And then I feel like we want one down the bottom here. That's a long way to jump with my thread, isn't it? So let's just do a non-stitch stitch and feed that through so it's held a little bit, otherwise it's just going to be baggy on the back. There we go. Another little one. Whoops, where's it gone? So I hope you've at least enjoyed watching me being ridiculous. If not, got some inspiration. You may even have been doing the same thing without me knowing or realising. I don't think it matters, does it? Right, where's that bit gone? There. See, I keep losing them. And then I think it's time for some white, isn't it? Because it's not a huge page, so okay. What do you think? I just think it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. More coffee. Okay. Get rid of these threads because we don't really want it frayed, and we just want little bits of white now. And it'd be interesting to see how the gold thread works. Right, so my thread is here under this one, so I think we're gonna pop something in there. I'm gonna have a fairly large one. I'm sorry about my dog. The reason you can hear that awful noise that sounds like she's struggling to breathe, which believe me she isn't, because I would not be sitting here stitching if that was the case. But the reason it sounds like that is because she is lying on the sofa, half asleep, with a tennis ball in her mouth. So consequently, she's making strange breathing noises. And the gurgle you can hear is because the tennis ball has got a hole in it. she's breathing through the hole in the tennis ball, and I think where she's panting quite hard, the tennis ball's like reverberating. Oh, dogs, honestly. Children and pets certainly send you grey, that's for sure. We love them, we won't be without them, but they're certainly not worry free. Okay. And it's amazing how it's changed for having some white in it. It's just really lifted it right up. It looks completely different. I'm sure some of you will be able to think of a white flower that's wild besides a daisy. Oh look, let's have one up there by the poppies. Baby girl, put the ball down, and then you'll find it easier. Crazy dog. I promise you, she is okay. Don't want anybody getting worried. She's just a little bit crazy. Oh, see where it's, oh, where it's all fraying because it's so little. It's coming off my needle before I can get another stitch in it. But then again, I like that because it's got that sort of spidery look to it. Not that I particularly want it to look like spiders, but you know what I mean. It's, we'll go down here, and I am cheating now because I'm putting them where I want them rather than on a particular colour stalk. So I'm cheating my own game now, but hey ho. I feel like I could make a whole journal cover like this, filled with wildflowers, with all that felting in the background. I think that would be amazing. Oh dear. Oh dear, she says. Oopsie. Going up there. So that one. Just want to see where I am. Need some white down here. I'm tempted to put a photo in the Facebook group, but of course I can't do that because this video is technically 2 weeks ahead. there'll be no point in watching the video really if you've seen the end result already, will it? I don't know, perhaps there will be, perhaps people would want to know how I got it to look like this, who knows. Need something down here. It's very red down the bottom here. Do you know what? I'm always feeling like this might actually be the last one, just because I don't want to overcrowd it. What is it? The art is in knowing when enough is enough. That's what they say, isn't it? Let me see. Do you know what? I feel like that really is enough. So I'm going to say, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Your support is very much appreciated. I hope you found joy and inspiration in watching me today. If you have, remember to give me a thumbs up. Maybe even subscribe to my channel. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.